Welcome back, cryptocurrency investors. My name is Landon and you're watching World Crypto. If you're a cryptocurrency investor or just interested in the cryptocurrency space, we welcome you, and subscribing isn't a bad idea. Give us a follow on Twitter as we post throughout the day relevant news topics and updates on stories that we are following. Our top story, Bitcoin will stabilize and hit $50,000 by 2019. Litecoin adoption expected to surge to new heights with merchant adoption LitePay and LitePal. Texas hits another cryptocurrency lending platform with a cease and desist order. Bittrex considers ditching Tether and adding USD deposits. Is a Litecoin trading pair a possibility? Europe's biggest utility, Enel, ready to start selling renewable energy to cryptocurrency miners, despite World Crypto reports earlier this week of them adamantly denying that they have any interest in selling to cryptocurrency miners. More flip-flopping in the professional space. Our top story of the day: cryptocurrency is no longer just about Bitcoin, as many coins have continued to establish themselves as long-term mainstays in the digital assets market. There are several coins that are currently vying for headway in becoming what we at World Crypto call an anchor investment. When we refer to an anchor investment, what we are referring to is the psychological belief that Bitcoin is the ultimate goal of most cryptocurrency investors. Bitcoin is the poster boy and the medium from which the rest of the digital asset landscape is compared to. When the majority of people are day trading, swing trading, or holding on any coin in any market, crypto or otherwise, they're ultimately making trades to acquire one final currency. In crypto, it's Bitcoin or the eventuality of fiat. When thinking about diversification of your liquidable currency and where to put what amounts, one must consider an anchor investment, or an investment that will take up a large percentage of your diversification and kind of act as a long-term stable market that can then be used to compare all other markets and all other performances against. It would be your opinion of the coin that will outlast them all, the best, most long-term digital asset. And you would allocate a large consideration of your diversification towards that one anchor investment. For most people, it's Bitcoin. It has been Bitcoin and continues to be Bitcoin. In recent weeks, we've discussed the possibility of a couple of other coins potentially moving in on Bitcoin as an anchor investment. Ethereum has recently been publicly discussed as potentially better than Bitcoin in the long term, and I have seen arguments made for Ripple. And this week, the newest perceived threat to Bitcoin's long-term viability is Litecoin. As we reported on last night, Litecoin has just introduced two new payment options for the asset. Both LitePay and LitePal offer streamlined efficiency and almost no fees when compared to Bitcoin. It is these discussions that I would like to foster in our comments and on all of our videos and in our Twitter. Ideas and concepts about the future of the digital asset space as a whole. Will Bitcoin always reign supreme, or can other assets potentially be brought up to service users better than what Bitcoin has been able to do and withstand the FUD that society throws at it? We like to think others can and likely will emerge as a better alternative. However, it's far too early to tell which one, if any, are going to be up for the task. Investopedia released an article today titled "Bitcoin Will Stabilize and Hit $50,000 by 2019." Bitcoin is the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization and is hovering just above the 7,000 mark per coin as the digital currency market suffers one of its most widely covered and highest sell-offs in recent history. Bitcoin hit its peak in a frenzy at $20,000. The overall sentiment from both sides of the Bitcoin right now is that it will rebound. Whether you're waiting to sell off or whether you're buying in, the sentiment is that it will rebound and that this year could be the best year Bitcoin has ever seen. neu-ner, host of CNBC's Crypto Trader, is confident that 2018 is where all of the mechanisms to allow retail consumers to get into cryptocurrencies start to open themselves up and the price will become more stable. He cites Robinhood being primarily used by millennials, offering Bitcoin trading last week, and more retail sales are getting involved in Bitcoin. More and more governments worldwide are seriously looking at cryptocurrencies. It's becoming more mainstream each and every day. With that, widespread adoption will occur. and we should see a large amount of purchasing power come into the overall cryptocurrency market that was never there to begin with. A lot of new investors are going to be coming in, particularly now that Bitcoin has really gotten everyone's attention with its recent drop off. Once it starts to rebound, the added reach that it's gotten in the last few months that nobody's been buying and just watching it. I know of a few people that have never heard of Bitcoin prior to this but are waiting for the price to drop a bit lower. They can get in. There's going to be a lot of cases of that, and more money's coming in, so it will be a promising year this year. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We reported last night on Litecoin adding 2 new payment options, LitePay and LitePal, and we showed how the markets clearly responded to the news yesterday, as indicated by this spike right here. It's only a few cents, but just the amount of verticality that you get in that market shows instant response to LitePay and LitePal being adopted. It was then followed by a moderate correction, and today, February 5th, is a lot better than it was just 16 hours ago. A lot of back and forth, but Litecoin is no different than the rest of the crypto asset space right now, and it just isn't doing hot these past few weeks. It's been red on red on red, day in and day out now, with a few stars shining through the fog, albeit only ever temporarily shining through the fog, and usually followed shortly thereafter by a correction that equals out the highs that it had briefly previously seen. XPlay is a big mover today though, up almost 50% in 24 hours, and only recently begun to correct from that upward movement spike to 19 cents. Texas hits another crypto lending platform with a cease and desist. Texas Securities Agency has issued another cryptocurrency focused emergency cease and desist order, this time against lending scheme called DavorCoin. In its latest filing, signed February 2nd, the Texas State Security Board alleges DavorCoin has been issuing unregistered securities with fraudulent and misleading information to lure investors. The filing arrives just days after the same securities board filed a similar cease and desist over an overseas ICO project called R2B Coin, as well as BitConnect, the cryptocurrency exchange and lending platform that faced closure and a class action lawsuit after the board's allegations. In fact, the board alleges in the document that DavorCoin, operating in a similar manner to BitConnect, emerged and drew regulators' attention after the latter ceased its business. According to the agency, DavorCoin also launched a lending program that promised investors a significant return of investment, which falls under the agency's definition of unregistered securities. Based on the document, potential investors would need to purchase the project's token, dubbed DavorCoin, using other cryptocurrencies to participate in the lending program. At which point, once it goes down, they'll have all of whatever other cryptocurrency you were allowed to trade with and take off with those legit coins, leaving you with useless Davor coins. Same as BitConnect, no different. At approximately 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on January 26, DavorCoin represented that an investor lending $30,000 in DavorCoin who elects to a locking period of 120 days may earn $513 per day, $3,591 per 7 days, and $15,000 every month, and a whopping $107,000 as of the capital release day, August 23, 2018. So that is less than 12 months away. They also allege that the project is an investment fraud because DavorCoin has intentionally hidden material information of its business, including its principals and business location, as well as how it plans to realize investment promises for investors. Have you ever heard of DavorCoin? Do you own any? What do you think about all these cease and desist letters being issued to BitConnect, Tether, and now DavorCoin? Bittrex considers ditching Tether but adding USD deposits. Is a Litecoin trading pair possible? Bittrex CEO Bill Shahara recently gave an interview in which he shared some valuable details on the franchise's direction. He mentioned the exchange would most likely be allowing users to deposit US dollars directly and possible dropping USDT trading pairs, Tether. Drop Tether. That's a great idea. We talked about the drama surrounding Tether and the network just last night. If you aren't aware of what's going on with Tether, it would be of great benefit if you watched our first video on it. It covers all the drama chronologically from start to finish. The link is just above. You must watch that before this next part of the video makes sense. Now that you're up to speed with Tether, it's a very interesting and polarizing topic. To have a coin that is backed by fiat currency on a 1-to-1 ratio that serves as a sort of psychological bridge between our existing fiat systems and the new, largely misunderstood cryptocurrency systems. Having a coin that is as stable as the fiat currency it is pegged to, or tethered to in this case, it is a great name, I'm not gonna lie, is a concept that's value is not completely understood when you are first introduced to cryptocurrency markets. Why the idea of Tether is a valuable idea and important. It protects you from volatility, number one, and no matter what the cryptocurrency market does, the USD Tether will always be at a similar price as it's anchored to the USD dollar. Number two, it's extremely valuable when the market dips. If the market dips, you want to be ready to buy cheaper cryptocurrencies. It minimizes the risk of your portfolio. You can leave your invested money without assuming risk. And lastly, it's faster than fiat. If you have USD, Euro, or any other currency, it'll take a while until you can exchange them for Bitcoin. But if you have Tether, you can immediately change them for Bitcoins or other altcoins. Regardless of if Tether is operating as a bad actor in the cryptocurrency market and will inevitably collapse and take with it the large number of Tether coins and the associated USD dollars, 2.2 billion to be exact. In our first video, Tether Bloodbath, we discussed both sides of the USDT coin regarding the eventual removal of the $2.2 billion market. Some say it could be responsible for the 30 to 80% slump in recent weeks, and removing the Tether from the marketplace would result in short-term downtrends but long-term stability, as supply and demand would reign supreme and the markets would recover and thus operate day-to-day in a much more honest and less volatile way, because it's not artificially pumped up by fraud coins that are, for lack of a better term, fucking huge part of the market. With BitConnect out of the picture and the market slowly acclimatizing to its absence, BitConnect is still up for trading, but as you can see, it's at all-time lows and should remain that way. One of Europe's biggest energy companies, Enel, we reported on earlier this week, said they're not interested in working with cryptocurrency mining companies that are coming from China or anywhere. They have zero interest in doing that, has now completely contradicted that statement and saying now they have interest. Ridiculous. It really, all this confusion and FUD really just inspires me personally to continue to be passionate about doing cryptocurrency content on this channel. Even if I only had 5 subscribers and 100 views a day in our infancy, I'm going to grind these videos in and day out and do what's necessary to grow the community. My vision is becoming more clear as each day passes, and the confusion and FUD that's inherent with poorly constructed public statements from these major companies only serves to tell me that there's a clear need for channels such as mine, for people such as myself and other content creators, writers, or investors who are willing to put the necessary amount of energy into the right places and grinding so hard even if the channel's small and the reach is limited. There's a need for an unbiased third party who can gather relevant resources and organize a bulk of information in order to present ideas and information that is of value to you as a viewer and a cryptocurrency investor. This channel is new and I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an expert graphic designer or video producer, but I do have a fascination for digital platforms and potential impact that they do have every single day. I have a drive to learn as much as I can about whatever is needed to develop my voice and these platforms so that I can use my life experiences and my worldview to share with you, and hope that you're getting concrete value from the content and enjoying yourself a little as you go. These companies are not sure what they want to do with crypto, and it's very evident by their public statements. What do you think about these companies seemingly going back and forth on their decisions? Do you think it's all planned or just due to poor forethought of each of these companies, governments, and organizations? Is it all just coincidence? All of them have done the same thing, publicly state two opposite things days or weeks apart? Our last story comes from TD Bank in Canada and them still allowing cryptocurrency payments to be gone through. Recently, a lot of United States credit card companies have barred the purchase of cryptocurrency using their services, but Canada is still holding strong and currently investigating using Ethereum for their own systems. I just went and dug up the email post from February 1st that they're not interested in powering cryptocurrency miners 4 days ago. And then we flip to today's, they're ready to start selling renewable energy to cryptocurrency miners. Incredible flip-flopping. It's almost like it's intentional because this is one of a handful of governments and companies that have done the same thing. And it's causing a lot of FUD and a lot of market instability. It's just weird in my opinion. That covers it for your cryptocurrency news. My name is Landon and you're watching World Crypto. Subscribe and give the video a like if you found this informative, and please join the discussion below. Stay tuned for more cryptocurrency news.